Hey Virgo, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing your shadow work spread in honor of the Sun Chiron conjunction in Aries happening on Wednesday. It's going to be happening around the same time as the full moon in Libra. So it's going to be it can be a very triggering time for a lot of us. So there could be a lot of traumas or unresolved issues that we haven't dealt with that are going to come up in order for us to review and deal with and heal. So I really wanted to do this for you guys to see if there was any way that I can help. Hopefully I can bring something to light for you guys, so that way you have a little bit of a framework with what you can work with during this time to heal. So please keep in mind that these are general messages. They may not resonate for everyone. If this reading does resonate for you, please don't forget to like this video to help support my channel and to subscribe for all future content so I can pick up on your energy for all future readings. All right. If you have any Virgo placements and you are drawn to watching this, then there will be a message in it for you. What shadow, please, is Virgo hiding from themselves? What shadow? Thank you. We have mischief and mayhem with freedom, surrender, and abandon. Okay. What from Virgo's past created this shadow? Thank you. We have scavenger with desperation, scarcity, wanting. Okay, I already know what this is going to be about. And how can Virgo best work with this shadow? How can Virgo best work with this shadow? How can Virgo best work with this shadow, please? Thank you. Shadow and light, demons, shadow self-integration. Yeah. Move these up a little bit. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for you guys is that some of you could be struggling with people-pleasing syndrome or victim mentality, or being too much of service to others, giving too much of your energy, almost like a codependent energy here. And as a Virgo, it's very easy for you to get into this energy, and I'm going to explain why. So as a Virgo, being ruled by Mercury, you guys are very intelligent. You guys are able to multitask. Very smart. You guys are good at so many different things. Very talented in many different aspects of your lives. And at the same time, you have an ability to almost intuitively understand what someone else needs at any given time. Your sister sign is Pisces. So you are also very intuitive, but in the sense of, usually in the sense of like grounded reality. So you guys are like the acts of service types of person or types of people. You guys are the people that will go out of your way to do something nice for others, or to make someone else's life easier by taking something off of their plate. But I feel like this can sort of take you into a dynamic with other people in relationships where people start to expect this out of you, and then it's almost like they lessen the load on their end, where they don't do as much for you, and then you end up having to pick up all the slack for the other person. And I feel like this has happened to you in many situations in your life. So when I see mischief and mayhem, freedom, surrender, abandon, I feel like a lot of you guys could be struggling with some sort of abandonment wounds that you haven't addressed from your childhood. For some of you, I'm picking up that maybe your parents, they split up when you were young, or maybe one of you had an absent parent. Or I'm also picking up here that you guys didn't really have the strongest relationship with your parents. So it's almost an energy here of you never formed that connection, that bond with your parent that you were supposed to. When we're kids, between the ages of, usually it's up to age 7, so between 0 and 7, it's a very, very crucial time where we form a strong bond to our caretakers. And if this bonding process, if there's some sort of trauma that happens during this time, then there will be a split in the psyche. There will be a split in the personality. This is literally what it's called, where we struggle to form connections to people, where we struggle to form healthy relationships, healthy boundaries, things like that. So I'm really picking up here that you guys, it's like you tend to surround yourself with a lot of different people, keep many different doors open, because just in the case of someone leaving you, right, that you'll always have backup. But I feel this puts you in a mentality of it's like you have grown up to the point where you like to be of service to other people. You like to be needed, so that way there's no possible way that someone can leave you. This is your mentality, is what I'm picking up on. It's almost like, if I make this person's life easier, if I provide for them, if I do XYZ for them, then they'll have to stay with me forever. They won't ever leave me. But unfortunately, that's not the case. this one hits close to home for me because I am a Virgo Venus myself. My Venus placement is in Virgo. So I have experienced a lot in my relationships that is very similar to this. So it's almost like I'm speaking back on a trauma that I have also worked through. So I'm hoping that I can be of help to you guys here, be of service, right? True Virgo style. I really feel like you guys, you really struggle with, how do I say this? You really struggle with being present. Some of you guys could really struggle with anxiety. Some of you guys are really afraid of being alone. So like I mentioned, you just tend to surround yourself with lots of people. You like to do things for other people, but to the detriment of your own self. It's like you will go out of your way and make someone else's life easier, but then you have to go home later and then you have a lot of problems that you haven't dealt with, or you have a lot of paperwork that's piling up, or your kids need you, or your pet needs you, or you haven't spent enough time on yourself. Maybe you forgot to whatever it may be, right? You don't pay attention enough to your own needs. And what from your past created the shadow? Desperation, scarcity, wanting. It's like you went through an experience here where maybe someone was taken from you, or you lost something and you didn't have enough of something. This could be money, it could be food, it could be a relationship, but something was taken from you prematurely when you were not ready for it, and it caused a trauma in your psyche. And this caused you to feel that if you don't get more of this same, like whatever it may be, like more of this relationship, more of this food, more of this money, if you don't hoard these things, then you'll never have enough. Notice here we have what looks like a raven. He's sitting on top of a bunch of skeletons, maybe of animals that he's eaten, but he's still looking for more. So it's almost like you guys might tend to hoard things in your house, or you just might tend to have, instead of one relationship, maybe you're the type of person who likes to be polyamorous. You like to have multiple people. And this is not like a hit at polyamory. I totally respect it. But I feel like in this case specifically, it's like the drive, the motive that is bringing you towards wanting this is fear. It's not love. So I feel like there's a fear here of you losing people in your life or not having someone to count on. And so you're always looking for more. You're always looking for something better, or you're always looking to the other side of the fence, to where the grass is greener type of energy. And I feel like this leaves you always searching, always wanting, never being satisfied, even if you have something that's good for you. Maybe you have a good person in your life. Maybe you have enough money. Maybe you have enough food, but you have this like mentality, this scarcity mindset from your past where you're always looking for more, because it's like, what if? You always think, what if I don't? Or what if it's taken from me? It's almost like having a loss of control is something that you guys really fear. Your freedom could have been taken from you at a young age. You could have experienced some sort of abuse, or you could have experienced something where your own free will was abused, right? And when you've grown up now, I don't know how old you guys are. I hope you're at least 18 if you're watching me. But now that you've grown up to be a young adult or an older adult, it's like, where was I going with this? Hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Shit. Okay. Well, as I was saying, I think a lot of you guys, you've gone through something here where, yes, okay, so your freedom was either ripped away from you, or maybe you had an overbearing mother or a controlling father where you were not able to do things to your own accord. You were not able to expand and experience life on your own, to make your own mistakes, because you had someone else sort of carving the way for you. And I feel like this sort of left you feeling like you don't know who you are, for one, but for two, it left you feeling like if you don't live the same way that you were shown how to live, then you'll miss out on something. A lot of you guys grew up in poverty is what I'm picking up on. You didn't have enough of a lot of things. It was very difficult maybe for your parents to pay the bills, or you guys struggled with having enough food, having enough something. Maybe your electricity would go off, or maybe your phone bill, you couldn't pay it. And all of these things, it really affected you. And this goes really deep, because this is actually like a very deep ancestral pattern that a lot of us have. A lot of our ancestors, no matter where you come from, whether it's Europe, South America, Africa, some of the island countries, it doesn't matter where you come from. All of us carry some sort of ancestral pain from our past lives and from our family members, our ancestors. And I feel like for you guys, it's really a mentality here of scarcity, not having enough. How can Virgo best work with this shadow? Demons, shadow, self-integration. Take a look at the things that are bothering you. Take a look at the things that make you feel like you have to have more of a certain thing. Try to check yourself when you see yourself acting this way, or when you, how do I describe this energy? It's almost like you'll have something good in front of you. You'll have enough in front of you, but you still think it's not good enough. So you're always looking for more, but then no matter where you get more from, you still end up feeling dissatisfied with yourself because it's not something outside of you, it's within you. There's something within you. There is a hole in your chest that you keep trying to fill with external validation and outside things and people and adventures and anything, really. It could be anything. It could be sex, it could be drugs, it could be food, it could be experiences, travel. You can abuse anything. The term of abusing something or being addicted to something, it comes from having a not so good motive for that. So whatever it is in your life that you keep wanting to take more of because you feel like you're going to lose out on it, this is where you need to pay attention to that. And for all of you, it's going to be different. But I really feel like you guys really need to take a look within to see, it's like, what am I missing within myself that makes me feel like I need XYZ, or that I need 10 blocks of cheese in my refrigerator, or that I need 50 pairs of the same shoe, or that let's say you have like $30,000 saved in your savings account, but you want more, right? And that's a touchy example to give, because it's always, in my opinion, it's not wrong to want more money. Money is a resource. We need it to survive. But it all comes down to, are you being grateful? Are you grateful for what you have? Or are you just disregarding the blessings that the universe has given you and blindly turning an eye to it and asking for more? It all depends on how you're looking at it. So pay attention to that. I'm going to go ahead and clarify these for you guys with some tarot cards. I feel like as I've been doing this whole series for you guys, for all the signs, it's been very serious. I hope you guys don't get like too triggered by this, but I'm never going to lie. I'm always going to be honest. This is me, straightforward, blunt, telling the truth. So it's the only way to get through. It's the only way, in my opinion, to actually solve the problem here. So can we please clarify mischief and mayhem for my Virgos, please? Mischief and mayhem. We have the Ace of Pentacles, exactly what I was saying. Queen of Swords. You guys feel like you're not going to have enough. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups. So you keep your options open. It's almost like you're given an amazing opportunity here. A marriage, an investment, a job. But you're like, yeah, that's okay. But like, what else is out there? And to an extent, this is a good mentality to have, because it means that we'll never settle. But in your case, this is coming from fear. This is coming from, and I feel like, oh my God, this is such a deep energy. When you end up, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. How do I explain this? When you're always looking for something else, when you're always looking for something that you don't have, you're turning away from what you do have. Notice how she's turned away from the pentacle. She's not paying attention to this. So you could have something very good in your life that you're not nurturing right now because you're looking for something better, or what you think is going to be better. And then you end up, instead of giving all of your energy to one area of your life that could be very beneficial for you, you only give, let's say, 20%, because you're giving 20% to this situation and 20% to that situation and 20% to two more situations. So you're never giving your full effort into something. So if you feel like there's something in your life that's not taking off or not progressing, it's because you're not putting your full effort into it. You're not putting your all into it because you're looking for something else. Like, you guys, this is something you guys really need to pay attention to, because yes, it comes from trauma. It comes from things that we cannot control. But eventually we have to take control of our own lives, and we have to take a look in the mirror and ask ourselves, how are we going to fix this? Because you could be sabotaging very good things for yourself. Like I said, this could be like the job of a lifetime, the love of a lifetime, a marriage, a family, a very big investment, but you're not satisfied with it. You're not thankful for it. So there's definitely something here about choosing to live in gratitude for what you do have. And like I mentioned, there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but it's about the mentality behind that. The Scavenger, can we please clarify this? Two of Cups. All right, so what I'm getting here, that for many of you, this could have to do with a connection in your life, maybe something that you have experienced already. I feel like a lot of you, I'm picking up like an energy of secretive energy here. I don't know if this is your energy or the person that you were connecting to, but there seems to be an energy here of you being in a connection with somebody, and either them not being honest with you, you not being honest with them. There was some sort of hidden secrets here that maybe came to light. And I feel like this can really also stem from the same shadow here, the same shadow of abandonment. It's almost like, okay, when it comes down to shadow work, the things that we have not worked on, the things that we have not mastered within ourselves, they will manifest outside of us. So let's say you have this mentality, right, of abandonment wounds. You're afraid that someone's going to leave you. So you subconsciously attract someone romantically who carries the qualities of someone who is non-committal. So naturally you enter this connection with this person. Things are okay to start off with, or maybe you miss the red flags because you're living in this mentality of abandonment. So even if there are red flags, it's like, oh, I finally found someone, like I'm not going to let them go no matter what, even if they're not the best option. And then what ends up happening here is that this person lies to you, or they cheat on you, or they end up not wanting to commit to you. And this is because you are living in the energy of not wanting to commit either, because you are living in the mentality of scarcity. I don't know if I'm making sense here. I'm trying to make this make the most sense that I can, but it's almost like you will attract the same people. You will attract your likeness. You will attract your mirror until you have fixed what is causing you to attract these people. And I feel like your relationships there's been a lot of deception, a lot of secrecy, maybe a lot of infidelity in your relationships, because you never approach it with a full cup. You never approach it like putting all of your effort into it. A lot of you guys breadcrumb, or maybe you attract people who breadcrumb you because of this. And I'm not trying to call you guys out, but at the same time I am. Like, you can't expect to end up with somebody who won't cheat on you and who will commit to you when you are doing the same thing behind their back. Clarify the shadow and light, please, for my Virgos. King of Cups. Yep, there's going to be a lot of self-love that you need to pay attention to here. We have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom. I'm getting that you guys are just not really vibing with that self-love energy. Maybe you feel like you've tried to work on yourself, to invest in yourself, and it's not really getting anywhere. But I'm picking up that you guys have not, it's like you haven't hit that mark. Let's say that when you have an epiphany or when something changes for you is when you hit this mark, but you've reached up to here and you chose to give up. But it's like, what, you're never going to figure out what happens if you don't reach this mark, if you don't meet that deadline or that goal that you had for yourself. So there's something here about you needing to reconnect your emotions, to continue to work on yourself, even if you don't want to. A lot of you guys run from this. You choose to connect with other people. You choose to go out and party. You choose to engage in, let's say, devilish activities where you overindulge in certain substances, foods, people, situations, energies, because you're avoiding working on yourself, because you don't love yourself to an extent. I'm not saying that you guys don't love yourselves, but there's something about yourself that you are not happy with. And this is why you are always looking for something else to fill that spot. This is why you never end up feeling validated. Nobody can validate yourself but you. And I myself had to learn this the very hard way. I had to go through lots of lessons that I'm still recovering from, that I'm still going through, because I went through something very similar. So yeah, as I was saying, you guys need to be open here to really learn who you are at your core. This energy is giving me someone who knows themselves through and through, where nobody can tell them anything. Nobody can tell them shit. Nobody can say like, hey, like nobody can project at you. It's like you want to get to the point where someone is the way they are, you are the way you are, and you're able to reconcile your differences, and you're able to separate yourself from another person, and you're able to say, okay, that person is ABC, but I'm XYZ, and you don't get offended by it. And that's going to be like your optimal goal here. Because I have a feeling that you guys, you might either try to fix people, a very Virgoan trait, or you see people as like a project, right? Where it's like, oh, I can help this person, I can save this person, but it's like, who's saving you? No one's saving you but yourself, because you keep attracting the same people who are not at your level, technically speaking, energetically speaking, because you attract people who are also suffering. I don't know if that made sense, but yes. So you guys, I'm getting a headache, honestly, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. I feel like I've said what I need to say. When I see this octopus here, I'm picking this up as an energetic emotional attachment. If you guys are attached to someone or something that is not good for you, please clear yourself of that energy. Cleanse your space. Because like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys, I don't know if I even said it, but I feel like a lot of you guys tend to attract energy vampires, or people who just want to get something out of you, because this is what you are portraying yourself to be. You guys are needing, maybe in the future, you're going to attract someone who is more to your likeness, more on your level of giving, right? As a Virgo, you like to give, you pay attention to a lot of things, and you like this energy reciprocated. So the more that you're able to work on yourself and truly understand yourself from the inside out, shedding that light, shedding that heart on your shadow, the easier it's going to be for you to recognize the right type of person for you. So I'm going to leave it here for you. And I'm going to end it off with a fortune here from the Instant Fortune Teller book. Let's see what you guys need to hear. Oh, look at that. That new relationship in your life, it has tons of potential. So speaking of meeting someone, maybe you have met someone, or maybe you will very soon, that will reciprocate that energy of the love that you give and of the service that you give to your person. I'm picking up that a lot of you have always wanted to be with someone who loves the way that you do, who cares the way that you do, who goes out of their way to be there for someone that they love the way that you do. And I feel like you will. An unexpected event will occur today that challenges your beliefs. Embrace it. So I'm probably going to be uploading this around like 9 p.m. my time. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to see this today. This is probably referring to tomorrow or whenever you watch it. But I really feel like you're going to experience a situation here that triggers you, where you are going to be given a chance to act differently. Maybe you've always acted the same way. Maybe you've lashed out, or you've lost your cool. But I feel like you're going to be given a chance here to change that narrative, to practice a new way of approaching conflict, a new way of approaching a situation that maybe doesn't agree with you. It's like that example I gave with the King of Cups, like meeting someone who is your polar opposite, who has beliefs that you don't value. But are you going to sit there and tell that person that they're wrong? Or are you going to have an open mind and accept that this person is different from you are? Food for thought. I'm going to leave it there for you guys. I hope I was able to connect with you, and I will see you in my next reading for you. Bye.